It's really great to be here. First time in Singapore. I fly all the way from San Francisco. It's like 16-hour flight. So Kite AI is building a programmable trust layer for Agentic AI. What we build is a redefined AI trust with ID, governance, verification, and payment. I think we're working into an AI supercycle. Coming from the capital of the AI, San Francisco, we noticed that this cycle is actually bigger than internet, it's bigger than mobile, it's bigger than cloud. And then I think several evidence has already shown in terms of the growth, like adoption growth, performance improvement, and the price dropping. ChatGPT already reached billions of users. This is 6 times faster than Google's user adoption. If you look at the performance improvement, the average time for an AI agent to do the long task to reach 50% accuracy has already reached like 45 minutes, and it's doubling every 7 months. This is actually 2.5 faster than Moore's law in this case. And if you look at the AI agent for the last 3 years, every single year the cost for AI agent is dropping by 80%, and there is no sign of stopping. So you're going to have an AI agent do things much intelligent in a much lower cost. So in this case, most of the work will be done by AI agent. And then this year, we actually mark the first year of Agentic AI. Like 9 months ago, when Adapt AI was actually bought by AWS, like literally bought by AWS, everyone thinks Agentic AI is dead. But then it comes like a MCP protocol, then we come from DeepSeek, and we have this menace that everyone realized that agent is actually the future. It surprised me most when my family doctor actually reached out to me and want to build a personal medical assistant and say, hey, Scott, I want you to help me with DeepSeek R1 32 billion parameter model. I want to have a server local set up in my office. Help me answer my patient's questions. That moment touches me and realize this is actually the inflection year for Agentic AI. But currently, AI agents are still bundled by tons of things. There is tons of roadblocks for Agentic AI. Actually, it only took me like 2 days, use a reasoning model and vision model to build a personal agent, help me with Uber ordering with almost 100% accuracy rate, and Uber is ordering like a 60%. But still, we don't trust the AI agent because there is no ID to hold agent accountable. If agent going to make mistake and transact at a machine speed, you're going to expose the huge risk. So that's why AI agent need to be first has an ID to hold accountable, and then they need to have governance rule to govern spendings, and then on top of it, you want to make sure you have SLA agreement to governance AI interaction, agent interaction. That's very important. You want to make sure you have a guardrails for AI agent to transact autonomously with trust. So that's what Kite AI is for. Kite AI is a programmable trust layer or transaction layer for agentic internet. Think about this. Most of the work in the future will be done by your agent in very small granularity. Your agent will look up news for you, summarize news for you, order Uber for you, and book appointment for you in this case. So each time, it will interact with other agent, other service provider in very small granularity, exchange for services for payment. So basically, you have an entire AI value chain for your agent, break down the task to a smaller granularity and exchange for payment. And then with this, you want to make sure every single agent has an agent passport. Agent passport means that now you have an ID for your agent, you have a wallet for your agent, so your agent can transact and spend money, and you have governance for your agent to make sure your agent don't go rogue and spend all your money within seconds. And then also, when your agent actually a very limited agent, you want to interact with some service provider, no matter it's provide you with additional data to make more informative decision, or service agent like Uber, or another agent give you like a service, deliver your service. You want to make sure this agent interaction is governed by this service level contract, service level agreement. That's what Kite AI for. Let's actually see a concrete demo here. I want actually my personal agent help me to refill my grocery. Then my personal agent will look at my preference, like maybe I prefer this type of pasta than that type of pasta. Then it will look at my transaction history, and then looking for my current grocery stock. and then they decided, hey, I need to buy some pasta for Scott. And then it will looking at the list of the merchant and choose the best price merchant for me, and then it will go through the one-time authorization governance and say, hey, does it pass the Scott spending rule? Is that within the auto-approved spending rate? Is that within like a daily spending rate? So once that works, if we break down to a little bit more technical details, if we break down to the agent user flow, how it works is that the shopping agent first will get pasta from this Safeway merchant, and then Safeway merchant will check my agent history, credit history. They don't want to serve this malicious agent. Once it passes, it will say, hey, please pay me $5 through this PayPal stablecoin. And then it will request this payment. And then my agent now can authorize this payment. You need to go through this checking the governance rules, spending rules. Let's say, is it within the daily limit? Is it within this user's settings? Once it's passed the rules, it will deposit money into a service contract. And then it will notify the Safeway merchant, say, now this pasta is ready to deliver. And then once the pasta is delivered and user confirms the delivery of the pasta, then the ownership of the money will transfer from the user to the service contract, in the service contract, to the owner of the Safeway merchant. Let's see a concrete demo for this. Notice that this, even though it's a PayPal agent, it could be any single agent. It could be a cloud. It could be a ChatGPT. It could be a cursor. In this case, by integrating with Kite AI, we assign a passport for the agent. You can see that the PayPal shopping agent, that's actually a passport. You not only have credit score for the agent, but you also have wallet for the agent. And then every single spending for the agent now is governed by spending rules. You can configure the spending rules like auto-approve small transaction, require manual proof for larger transaction, and you can also set spending limit for your agent as well. If you're not satisfied with this, you can change spending rules and write your own spending rules because everything is programmable. Now let me actually try to order groceries here. And then I want to my shopping agent help me refuel my grocery. And then what my shopping agent now will search through the Kite AI merchant network and then find the grocery meet my requirement. I can select the merchant, work for my needs, and then start the payment. Notice the payment is now deposited into an escrow service contract in this case. So, for example, in this particular case, Safeway don't directly get payment. I have to confirm my delivery before they get payment. In this case, we get rid of this possible chargeback situation and dispute situation. If we go to next step. The Kite AI network, the platform, is built on top of blockchain. The reason we utilize blockchain is based on 4 major properties. First is programmable payment. Second is programmable trust. Third is verification. The last is portability. Existing payment network, no matter it's a credit card or like PayPal in this case, they are charging you 30 cents plus 3% of fee. This is actually not feasible in Agentic AI world because you may just pay 0.1 cents to fetch the data. You don't want to pay 30 cents to the credit card company. But use blockchain, you can not only lower the fee to minimum part, but you have this ability to programmable do the payment. Escrow is a very simple form. You can actually pay your service based on the performance of the service in this case. If your service actually exceeded your expectation, you actually pay some extra. All this is programmable. The programmable trust part is also very important. Think about this. Every single agent interaction means that you have agent interact on behalf of different interests. You want to make sure you have something enforce the logic, enforce the different agents' own interests. So that's why blockchain provides this smart contract guarantee. Even though your agent may hallucinate, your agent may actually do some crazy things, but every single transaction is enforced by Cody's law. So that's a programmable trust. So you have multiple parties executed under the same smart contract, under the same agreement. Verification is actually what blockchain is built for. Don't trust, but verify. This verify means that not only you can verify my service agent is using this OpenAI ChatGPT o3 Pro model, but also verify I actually calling the actual Uber API to order Uber, not from like a third party man in the middle attack to actually hijack my traffic. The last part is portability. Kite AI platform is fundamental infrastructure, programmable trust infrastructure in this case. Every single, no matter your cloud, if you use cloud, if you use the on-prem infrastructure, It's portable to you. You basically can use SDK and API, integrate with us. There is no, portability issue in this case. And then Kite AI is working with agent developer community. As an agent developer, using Kite AI, now you have tons of the agent passport template you can enable your consumer to use. No matter your consumer want to set spend limit on daily limit on, or maybe send a spending limit on certain category, you have a template to select and empower your user to use. Second is that we provide tons of the SLA template agreement between agent-to-agent interaction. Escrow service may be one of the standard service you want to make sure the service agent and client agent can reach upon with. In this case, you have to deliver the actual concrete value before you change ownership of payment from one party to another party. On top of this, Kite AI is actually working with PayPal as a channel partner to provide a list of the service agent to provide, in this case. So if you're a client agent, you basically enrich all the users, consumers for your agent to list of the service agent on the Kite AI platform. So I'm Scott. I actually spent the last 15 years building foundational data and AI infrastructure in Silicon Valley. Before Kite AI, I founded a streaming DB company, and before that, I actually was leading the Uber data infra. So I built Uber internal skill.ai from scratch, grew the team to 200 people. Our team also has the best talent from the AI expert. My co-founder, Chi, previously was an AI PhD from Berkeley. She also was a founding engineer from Data. We also have one of the co-founders from Data join team lead the AI effort. Data is one of the biggest AutoML company. We also have a list of the Andrews and then AI expert and blockchain expert. Professor Dang Song, we're working with Berkeley. We have Professor Dang Song, high-end joining from Berkeley, and then Professor Hang Song is most famous for her safeguarded safety-first AI intelligence. And then we also work with WEKA, which is a professor in UTL and also robotic lab and NVIDIA's research. So if you are interested in work with Kite AI, reach out to me after this, and then I'm going to stay here for 15 minutes. So Kite AI launched our early ecosystem early February. We already have more than 16 million users on the Kite AI ecosystem. And then we see a tremendous agent cost in Kite AI system, and we don't see a sign of growth, sign of slowness in the growth. And then currently, we are encouraging every single agent builder and then service provider, no matter if you provide additional data, for example, you may have additional data for Cursor to help you building more smarter, build a smarter MVP to demo something, or you could be like you provide additional web coding service in this case. Work with us, come after this and reach out to me. That's what Kite AI for, and thanks for the coming.